Okay, so we are spraying like crazy today. Sunlight makes this look a little more orange. I can look at it through the viewfinder, but isn't that gorgeous? It's just stunning. This place looks amazing. So we are we're a pretty good chunk of it sprayed with a base color. Obviously, we kind of go back over it and put another little coat, but our issue right now is, of course, as soon as I start the camera, is the wind. And we like your neighbors, and I don't plan on washing their house off, and there is a lot of wind. We got a wind advisory up here. It is nuts. So what we plan on doing was working tomorrow, Saturday, since we missed Thursday due to weather anyway. As long as you guys, I might have to give you a call and make sure you're not coming up, because we don't want you up here while we're spraying. It is nasty. We are dressed in our finest attire. Yes, it's nasty, and it is really strong. We're putting a lot of this stuff on, and the whole objective is to make sure you don't have to do this for a long time. So yeah, what a difference. Now granted, it will get rid of that ugly shine as it cures. But it is nice. I mean, you could still see the color we did hidden over here. And so now remember too that we pressure washed that really good as well. So, but I mean, it'll definitely come out a lot more mellow. But we are putting a lot of stain. So we have the high piece back there on the front, and we have this piece. Walking around here. Yeah, I'm just worried about this wind. It seems like it's in our favor. We're watching your woodpecker tassels, and it's in our favor, and then the next thing you know, it's like that, it's pointing at your neighbor's house. And we've already had one issue with a neighbor, and we don't have issues ever. I'm not gonna have two on one job. So we're just gonna come back tomorrow. Okay, you ready? Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Bam! Look at that. So many points throughout the day we did not have the ability to spray. It was just too windy, but we like a challenge and we didn't want to go home, so we just started doing a lot of it by hand with our huge stain brushes. So basically we back brush every inch of the building anyway. We just use the sprayer to be the applicator, but in this situation we're like, you know what, might as well just rock and roll and do it out of a bucket. So whenever we got around any of the corners, you know, when the wind was really high, we would just brush it all in, and it came out really good. I mean, look at that. It just came out gorgeous. Again, a lot of this shine's gonna go away, so you'll have just kind of a stained wood. It won't be all shiny, lacquery looking, you know. So some of the woodpecker holes we addressed, we cleaned some of them up. We went through and did some of them. I'm gonna camouflage your pieces of wood tomorrow with a different stain. We're gonna kind of take them a little bit of a darker color. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and then I'm gonna fix a couple more woodpecker holes that I see and a couple more spots. And you know, the ones though now that you guys did or whoever had done, they look pretty good actually. So we did manage to get a pretty good chunk of them. And we're still not done. So, you know, we kind of go as we go on these. These guys were covered. We just took it off because we don't like to keep any of the vents. Anything propane we don't keep covered for long due to fire hazard. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good turnaround out here. I love this material. I mean, it's basically no stain at all. It's just cedar tone, basically natural. So under here's done as well. But man, I tell you, this is such a great stain. It already looks amazing. I wish I would have got a really good before, because this one would have been a good one to put in our book. I say that on every job, in case you're wondering. Yeah, so it came out really good. So we got all through there. All those are done. We got all the handrails. All those are done. And let's see. Here's the shed with a good camera. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna stain that step for you, and we'll stain the steps in the front too. We'll do that tomorrow. It's just crazy windy. I mean, it is. I mean, this stain floats, and that is a telltale sign that you shouldn't be messing around. We don't want it all over the yard. We've been really good. We've had no issues with any of the stain on the ground. We've used plastic and then a drop cloth and then another piece of plastic for our machine, and there's no leaks with that at all. So we've been really good with that too. It's just the sun hits it on this camera and it doesn't look like it in real life, but the sun hits it and gives it an orange hue. It's not that orange. You're not going to pull up to the Great Pumpkin. So we're moving. We are shaking. We should have everything sprayed tomorrow. So basically what's going to happen tomorrow is we get here. We'll get here again 8 in the morning. We'll prep everything, get it ready. We'll go up high with clean clothes because there's nothing on the roof now and I want to keep it that way. So we go up high with clean clothes and we just brush. We're going to do all that by hand. It's just easier. That way I'm not worried about taking out your skylights or anything. And nothing, I mean, nothing we do is going to, you know, cover them or what. I mean, we'd have to cover the entire roof. So we're just going to do that whole top by hand, brush it all in, and then we're going to brush in this piece right here, and then we'll spray everything down on that. And that's pretty much all you really have on that. Now, after that's done, what we'll do is we'll go around again. We're leaving all the masking on, and then we kind of go around again and we look for dry spots, and we kind of fog with a sprayer different areas or brush just to kind of look for you know, knots or things that catch our attention. It's kind of like a third coat, but it's just kind of to make sure that it's even everywhere, because the stuff can be interesting. And then and then we shut down the machine. We clean everything in our shop, so we won't clean on your grounds. But we shut down the machine, and then we'll start dealing with some primer, and then Monday morning we'll have all the fascia going, and then hopefully at the end of the day, Monday, all the fascia should be done, and then we'll just kind of, then, you know, we'll go through and we're going to get obviously stuff like that, and we'll deal with all of that stuff too. And we'll kind of go through and do touch-ups, and we'll peel the mask, and we'll walk around with a little lacquer thinner on our rags and make sure that there's no stain leak on the sides of any of the windows. We'll put lights and so forth back up, and for the most part I think that'll be it. And then we'll discuss how we want to deal with the bird netting, because the bird netting is going to be a different endeavor, and I have to order it. I mean, I don't have to order it. I could buy it locally, but you guys would pay through the nose because it's so expensive up here. So usually I order it from a company. It's like 5 to 7 days, and to get here, sometimes I can find it on Amazon Prime, but it is a smoking deal. It's super cheap, and then we can figure out a way to put netting up, and we'll just kind of keep an eye on the place until we know. You know, see if any birds or anything, but I don't know. I think we should be okay. I think a lot of our birds are moving off because they've cut down all the trees. But okay, so that's that. That's where we're at today. I'm going to give you a call right now. Just make sure you guys aren't coming up tomorrow. And awesome. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.